If you're someone who's looking to learn advanced English phrases, something in the formal setup, and something which makes you sound very professional, polite, yet very effective in your communication, then this lesson is definitely for you. If you are someone who speaks at an intermediate level and you're, probably aiming to acquire those skill sets where you sound impressive in your communication, so watch out for these advanced English phrases. A definite must watch right till the end so that you become an effective, proficient communicator. Conversation is a two-way street. It's always a give and take. Very often, we end up having monologues or unstructured, prolonged conversations. Even we tend to ramble on. People are not really interested in just listening. They would love to participate, love to engage and share their views. But often, unwittingly so, we forget to invite them into the conversation. So today it is going to be all about those advanced phrases where conversation is the key, which means how to achieve a two-way conversation and sound very, very professional in doing so, yet effective, because ultimately the goal is to have a meaningful exchange of thoughts. So let's dive straight into this lesson of advanced English phrases. Situation number one. You have suggested or come up with a great solution and you want to, get the ball rolling. You're excited to see how it works out or plays out. But very important to know if your audience agrees or if the other stakeholders feel the same. So normally when you roll out a suggestion or give a solution and you want to see, you want to understand what others are thinking about it, you end up saying, what do you think? Okay. Or how do you feel? Well, these are basic expressions to, probably take a buy-in or to understand the other person's perspective. So if you were to give a spin to this, it could be, I would love to hear your thoughts on them. Why don't you share your thoughts? So when you say something like this, where you are probably excited to hear the other person's thought and you're expressing that by saying, I would love to hear your thoughts on the same. Please go ahead and share. There you have given the necessary spin to the basic expression, what do you think? This is an excellent switch and I highly recommend that you go ahead and try this. Situation number two. When there is a discussion in progress and then people are, completely engrossed and you probably want to say something and you end up realizing that you will interrupt the flow of the conversation. So, situation number two is how to interrupt a conversation. Let's see how you can do it in a basic way or how you're doing it currently. And I will recommend how you can do it in a professional, enhanced manner. So, there is a meeting going on and people are actively engaged in a conversation, okay? And you quickly want to say a point. One of the basic ways where people, end up interrupting someone is, sorry or excuse me. Well, these methods are something which are definitely not impressive, and people tend to get put off when, you interject them. So instead, a slightly informal way, but an effective way could be, can I quickly jump in here? Or can I briefly jump in here? Very effective way of saying it, which means you're just going to take a brief moment and you are already saying that you are jumping in to the conversation. You could also say this as, can I please add to this conversation quickly? Or can I add an input out here? Okay. So another effective way of, interjecting and saying your thought. If you want to be extremely professional and, you don't want people to lose the flow of conversation, you could even say, if you could just hold that thought for a minute, I quickly want to add something here. So there you go. These are great ways of interjecting someone, yet being so effective in communicating your thought. So, interjecting conversations is definitely not something you should avoid. I would highly recommend that if you want to voice your opinion, go ahead, interject people, but do it the right way. Situation number 3. Very often, this happens that we tend to move away from the core issue at hand and we start talking about everything else but what we have all gathered to discuss. So, someone is required to bring things back on track. So, when you go off topic, how do you get things back on track? Well, one of the simplest ways to do it is, so where were we exactly? That, makes everyone in the room think that, what is it that was the core issue that we were talking about? That's one way to do it. Or you could be upfront and you could say it out loud. I think we have digressed from the core issue here. So, in the interest of time, let's get back to the core issue and come up with some great solutions. You could say this politely yet firmly. So, there you go. If you move away from a topic, you move away from a core issue, you go off topic. I think it's best to use these polite expressions to get back on track. Situation number 4. Understanding the objective of the exercise. Conversation, like I said, is a two-way street. If someone has, probably delegated an assignment to you and you heard it out, but you're not really, clear on the objective, or for that matter, you're clear on the objective, you just want to make sure that what you have understood is something that you understood correctly. So, situation number 4 is checking or reinforcing your understanding of a particular topic, okay, or of a particular objective of an exercise, okay. So, when you're trying to reaffirm, what should be the language that you should use? When you're trying to reaffirm your understanding, one of the best ways to do this is, let me see if I have understood this correctly. Can I quickly recap my understanding so that we are on the same page? So this is a great way to, just reaffirm and confirm or corroborate your understanding so that things progress in the right direction. You could also say, if I could quickly recap the discussion to reaffirm that we have, agreed on the same point. Alternately, you could also say, just to reaffirm my understanding, if I could quickly recap our discussion so that I know we are in sync. Situation number 5. You're neck deep in a discussion and probably, people have actually shared a lot of opinions, a lot of views, and there's someone out there who, you're not really getting the drift of the conversation, or you're not really feeling that they are adding value. For that matter, you feel that they don't make sense. But it is rude to tell someone that they are not making sense. So, what do you do in a situation when someone is not making sense and yet you have to put it out there? Well, highly avoid saying you're not making sense. Instead, you could say, what you're saying doesn't quite add up here. Could we just, reconnect the dots, please? Or you could say, it's not quite adding up for me. If you could please help me, connect the dots here. There you go. You said it politely that the flow of the discussion or their articulation or their thoughts is something that, is not making sense to you. The best way to pick up these phrases is to practice it in our comments section. I would love to listen to your comments and review your sentences. So go ahead and feel free to share your comments out there so that I can take a look and share my feedback. And yes, till then, go ahead and watch all our clips because learning should be a constant, and that's the only way to constantly reinvent and upgrade yourself. So I wish loads of luck to each one of you out there who's trying to make it out there in their careers or even in their personal world as far as learning language and being an effective communicator is concerned. And definitely watch our videos because we will help you in this journey. Happy learning at English Excellence with Chaya.